Hi, friends. This is your old friend, Mickey Rooney, and you're listening to the Joe Cook Show. And so lend your ears. You'll find out what's cooking.
I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, Yankee Doodle do or die. A real live nephew of my Uncle Sam. I was born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart. She's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the pony. Say, I am a Yankee Doodle boy.
Hello, Joe.
Hey, Mickey, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Oh, thank you guys so much for talking to me tonight.
What? That's my pleasure.
Well, let me start off by asking you a little bit about your current show. Can you tell me a little bit about?
Well, no, I'll tell you what it is. There's music, and Jan and I sing duets. My wife Jan and I, and she sings and I sing, and when I play piano and we dance a little bit. But the duets and we hope people will be thoroughly entertained.
And it's called Let's Put On a Show?
That's correct.
When did you guys start doing this show?
Well, we've done this off and on for about 10 years, all over the world.
Is it true your career in entertainment began when you were 17 months old?
2 years.
2 years old. Okay, that's pretty incredible. Would you mind sharing a little bit about how that came about?
I mean, it's just I started with my father and mother, and then I went on from there. My mother brought me to Hollywood, and the rest is history. I tell the story in the show.
Now, Jan, from what I understand, your singing career began at an early age as well. I read this in your bio with a song, your version of Sioux City Sue.
Yeah, I was about 3 years old, and I recorded that, and I knew I wanted to be, or possibly was going to be, a singer ever since I was 3. And you know, if you have the drive and the passion, that's most likely what you'll be as a singer. And of course, I do some movies too, naturally, as we said. But singing with Mickey is the highlight of my life. He's a consummate singer, and well, all those Judy movies. Come on. And nobody sounded better than Mickey and Judy. And for me to share the same stage with him, let alone be married to this guy, it's pretty amazing.
Is it true that you were sort of discovered by Warren Beatty while singing at a nightclub?
Well, I was at Hugh Hefner's house when I met him, and he actually did. Had me recorded with David Guest, and I was quite grateful for him. We just saw Warren and his beautiful wife just recently at the Billy Wilder Museum, the opening of the museum. And it was just a thrill after all these years to get back in touch with them. They're wonderful people.
Now, I also read this one, and this I was really interested in because I read on your bio that you're an artist and that you used to work in animation for Hanna-Barbera.
Yes, I did for many, many years.
What type of work did you do for them?
Well, I painted. Do you remember? They used to have cells, as they call them, and I would paint the cells. And I was watching it today. I even painted the Pink Panther and the Flintstones, Fat Albert, and on and on and on and on. And if I only had some of those cells that I threw out, if I had them today, they'd be worth a pretty penny. Kind of sad that I let those go. But you don't think of, I didn't know anything about computers in those days, so it didn't occur to me that they would be that valuable anyway. So I'm kind of upset about that. But I had a wonderful time at Hanna-Barbera, and I worked at a few other animation companies as well. But Hanna-Barbera, of course, I worked there the longest, and it was quite an experience. It's like coloring in a coloring book, but you have to be trained to do it. And you better know what you're doing, or you won't be there very long. And of course, you have to have a flair for color and all the technical things that it requires. So I only wish they had it today, because I would just, for fun, go back and do it again. That's how much I enjoyed it. I paint abstract because I love color so much. I do abstract paintings, and Mickey does them also. He's more into landscaping than I am, but we sometimes paint together. So that's one of the wonderful things besides our love of animals that we share. Plus, we write songs together and write script ideas, and hopefully we'll be writing our book together pretty soon, which he's been after me too.
You know, I was going to ask you about that. Can you share a little bit about what that's going to be about?
Probably our lives together. I nudged him for years to write Life is Too Short, which I'm proud that I gave him that title. And it took me a long time to get him in the mood to write that book, but he finally did. And now he's getting me in the mood to write our book. I don't know. I guess I'm just not up to it quite yet. It's going to take a lot of thinking, and one of these days we'll just sit down and get going with it.
Yeah, Joe, she didn't tell you that we share a star on Hollywood Boulevard for live entertainment.
Yeah, I heard about that. And that's, you guys just got that last year, right?
No, about 2.5 years ago.
About 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is your fourth, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, no, I'm
Okay.
very proud of that one.
So I was talking to her about her career in she worked in animation. Now you've also done quite a bit of cartoon work yourself in the voiceover department. Now my audience may remember things that you've done, such as Santa Claus Has Come to Town, Year Without Santa Claus, the Care Bears movie, The Fox and the Hound, and even a guest shot on The Simpsons. How's voice acting compare to you to on-screen acting?
Well, you know what it is. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's part of the business, you know. And she does voiceovers too. My wife Jan. You know, that's part of the business. Being able to try and do as much as you can.
I'll tell you, as somebody personally who has always been a supporter of our troops, I want to thank you for your service.
Well, don't worry about me. I'm just one of the hundreds and thousands of people that are serving even today, and I'm just proud to have done it and been a small infinitesimal part of it. I was in the Second World War, and I was awarded the Bronze Star. So I mean, a lot of others did too, but I'm very proud of it. And we were just in Washington, and you know, it's always a thrill to go there. And we were combat soldiers that would put on shows, and General Patton saw me, and we did shows 3 o'clock in the morning too, in schoolhouses and everything else.
And
you did,
General de Gaulle.
and General de Gaulle, and our boss, General Eisenhower, and there are a lot of stories, but I could tell you. But the fact is, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of my Bronze Star.
Now, you guys have been married for like 30 years now, right?
Well, yes, we've been together since '78, though. Since '74. But '78 we made it official, except we did kind of have a little ceremony in Hong Kong when we first got together. But well, he's character, and it's kind of an unusual life. He's been in pictures and in the entertainment business since he was about 2 or so, and I tell you, it's it has been an adventure, to say the least.
Now, how did the two of you meet?
He's had many agents, but in '74 there was one particular agent in Hollywood that we met at her place. She was having an afternoon gathering, and we've been together ever since. It's pretty amazing.
You and Jan have both obviously done a lot of work in your respective careers, though. But performing together seems to be pretty special to the both of you.
Well, that's what we do. That's the name of the song. Together, Jan and I just we have the chemistry that's right. You know.
Love working together.
Yes, we do.
You know, there is one last thing I really wanted to ask you before we're done, and you've had a unique opportunity to be involved in the entertainment industry and Hollywood from the early days. I'm interested to get a little of your perspective on if and how the business has changed.
Well, everything changes. I mean, you can't stand still in doing something, and evolution has changed itself. But for instance, the last night at the museum, with Ben and Robin Williams and Dick Van Dyke, it's a kick.
Has the industry or Hollywood in itself, do you think it's changed for the better, for the worse? What's your opinion?
I don't know, but it's part of life, and you go with it, and you wish all of the people the best of luck, whatever they do.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be on tonight.
Thank you, Joe, and good luck.
Bye, Joe. That was lots of fun.
Hey, Jan, take care. Thank you again.
Bye-bye now.
God bless.